thought today I might start out by saying a special hello to some very, very special people who are watching this. So let me start by saying hi to Micah and Timmy and Ruben and Melody and baby Judah. And then we have another hello to Taylor and Jay and Jordy and Mattia and Blake and Lachlan. And then a final hello to Caleb and Logan and Blake and Hudson and Charlie and Koa. I think I got everybody's name in there. We're going to read a special story together. It's called The Humble Bee. Now, the person who drew the pictures in this story, I thought you might like to know, worked for Disney World for a while. So he's a very good artist, and he also wrote the book itself, and he used to go to the church that I went to. So it's called The Humble Bee, and it's a story about pride. So let's read it together. This is the front cover. All right, here we go. Gotta find where the words start. There once lived a sad bee who couldn't make money. Sorry, not money. Bees don't make money. What do bees make? Honey. Should I start again? Okay. There once lived a sad bee who couldn't make honey. He never learned how to in school. He ran a small snack shop that made him no money and thus made him feel like a fool. See this? It says we're open. It says bee snack shop, fly through service. And it says, sorry, we have no honey. Okay. A sweet girl named Sunny passed by him one day, and knowing that bee stings can smart, she walked to the sad-looking bee anyway because of her kind, tender heart. To cheer up the bee, Sunny gave him a present, some honey she had from her lunch. Bee tried some, and he found it was much more than pleasant. That honey was heavenly munch. See the pictures? Okay. She left him the jar and then skipped down the road. Bee dashed to the pots on his racks. He whipped up some sweet honey pie a la mode and cooked the world's best honey snacks. Oh, here he is. He's cooking. You see him cooking? Using that honey that she gave him. The next day, bugs came. Some were young, some were old, the richest as well as the poorest. They all wanted some of that honey sweet gold. Bee's shop was the talk of the forest. Ooh, he's gotten very popular. Look at the number of people that he's serving. Ant begged for the secret to Bee's big success. Bee started to tell him of Sunny, but wanting all the credit, he didn't confess the source of his delicious honey. It's kind of like lying, isn't it? When you only tell part of the truth. He wanted everybody to think it was all about him. All right. Ant watched as Bee's head grew as big as a peach. It grew as Bee bragged of his riches. I'm not saying this like a figure of speech, like you're too big for your britches. Look at this. His head really was growing. Uh-oh. The ant was so frightened, he ran away yelling. The puzzled bee didn't quite get it. See what that looks like? He didn't understand that his head started swelling each time he took all of the credit. A spider applied for a job at the store, but Bee said, "Don't bother, I'm fine. Though your hands outnumber my bee hands times 4, The best hands for baking are mine. Ooh, it sounds like he's not being very humble, is he? He's bragging. Okay, being boastful. Bee's head kept on growing, and not just a bit. Soon all of Bee's friends felt neglected. He cared not for them, but he cared when he hit a problem that wasn't expected. The bee soon discovered his jar was bone dry, and then to his utter dismay, he called out for help, but no bugs heard his cry. He'd pushed all his good friends away. Oh, that's not looking good, is it? Okay. Bee needed to fill up his big honey pot in order to keep making money. He grabbed for the jar and he hatched a great plot to search for the kind girl named Sunny. He found the girl picnicking out in some clover. She turned and she saw his big head. Bee gave her the jar, but she nearly keeled over and screamed till her face turned bright red. She didn't recognize him, did she? His head is so big. Scared her. Bee slowly buzzed home, then he sat down and cried. His life had now sunk to its worst. He figured it must have been due to his pride. He hadn't put other folks first. Big tears. Feels sorry, doesn't he? A wonderful thing happened there at the store. As Bee did some praying and thinking, his head shrank back down to the same as before. His humbleness caused all the shrinking. He looks normal again, doesn't he? A ladybug noticed a change in Bee's mood. His bragging had come to a stop. She went to her home and she baked up some food so Bee could reopen his shop. The bee told her thank you, then had to reveal he didn't work well as a loner. He asked her to work there, then offered a deal. Her job would be as the new owner. Wow. He's letting her run the store. Okay. The snack shop reopened with hoopla and hype. Big signs hung through all the trees. So you see things late. I'll show you in a minute. Ladies Snack Shop, grand reopening. See, Ladies Snack Shop, it's new. Okay, and it read in large type, but in small print it said, and Bees. So Bees a little part of the shop now, but he's not taking all the credit anymore, is he? Okay. That is the end of the story. That's a good story, isn't it? What does that remind us of? That we need to make sure that we don't brag on ourselves, right? That we don't say things like, well, I'm better at reading than this person is, or, well, I'm better at sport. We don't want to say things like that. We need to say things like, oh, did you know that she's really good at that too? We want to talk about what others can do, don't we? Because anything that we can do is because God gave us that gift, right? It's not really something that comes from us. It comes from God. So we need to be humble. That's a good story. Well, you guys, I hope you have a good day.